Are we live?
Yeah, looks like we are live.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
So this is our first episode, Jackie. We are doing it in person. Mix is visiting me from London, so we just got to see each other, and it was very good to see him after so many years.
So finally we've got two baddies right in the same location. You've been
Yeah.
seeing all our episodes, and the three of us, Vix, Mix, and Chow, have always been in three different locations, three different continents. And for the first time, there are two of us sitting in the same room next to each other.
Yeah.
And we were wondering, what do we telecast? And since we've got elections going on, Vix, how
Yes,
much do you know about Indian elections?
I know that we are
Hmm.
the biggest democracy, and we are going to choose a prime minister for the next 5 years. More than that, I don't know. And I
I
keep
will tell you,
hearing,
I heard this thing just
hmm,
yesterday. We heard biggest democracy. What does biggest democracy mean? 150 crore abadi. That's
hmm,
not the biggest democracy. How many people are eligible to vote?
hmm,
Because bear in mind, India is such a young country
hmm,
that there are more people under 18 as a
hmm,
percentage than any other country in the world right now,
hmm,
any other major
hmm,
country, including China, for
hmm,
that matter. But even after that,
hmm,
India has almost, I think, very rough numbers that I remember is 950 million, or no, is that right? 95 crore people
those are the number of people who are eligible
who
to
are
vote.
eligible to vote,
Okay.
and approximate numbers that I think the election commission, I read some article, who
Hmm,
have actually voted
hmm,
is about 65 to 70% of that, which
hmm.
is about 650, 65 crore people who have
Okay.
actually voted in the last 1 month.
Hmm,
And do you know one trivia, one tidbit that I caught?
hmm,
The entire electorate
hmm,
or number of people who have voted in the G7
hmm.
countries, the actual Indian electorate is 1.5 times the total
Wow.
G7
Hmm.
electorate.
Okay.
Imagine that is the extent of how big a democracy is,
Yes.
including probably the largest number of those G7 will be in this country, in the US.
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
I don't think any other country, least of all UK, where I'm from,
hmm,
तो कुछ नहीं है 7 करोड़ की पॉपुलेशन है टोटल.
hmm, hmm, hmm. So obviously, it's very interesting. 650 million people voting in Indian elections, and everybody before the election started was predicting a big win for BJP and the NDA alliance.
Is that right? Were they?
That's what I was hearing, right?
Before the election started, you have to rewind to more than 1 month ago, because
Hmm,
this has been a 7 phase election. 1 month ago, um, well, Modi came up with this thing, "Ab ki baar 400 bar,"
hmm,
which was something, if I remember right, 360 or 370 for the BJP and 400 for the NDA.
hmm.
I think 303 was the number last time,
Yeah.
and the NDA was around 330
Hmm.
approximately.
And for those like me who didn't know, BJP plus is NDA. So BJP plus a bunch of regional parties is NDA. BJP gets 90% around. So last time it had around 303 seats, and NDA contributed another 30 seats. And if BJP does, if the NDA alliance, which is BJP plus, does less than 330, then we would consider that not a win for Modi, for the Modi brand.
I think, okay, we have to put things in perspective.
Hmm,
Firstly, what do we have to in perspective? That between BJP and possibly their alliance partners,
hmm.
NDA, what do they need to have a stable full majority government? They
Yeah.
need 272 seats,
Yeah, but I
right?
think to have a full, a stable government, BJP needs to cross 272.
BJP, ideally BJP themselves 272.
Because if you're depending on your alliance members, then you
Yes,
have to give them cabinet posts, you have
that's
to give
right.
them ministries, and if you don't give them, they can any day pull the support and the government falls down.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So I think the way I see it,
So if BJP gets less than 272,
I think
that would
that
be
is,
a 10% reduction from their last 5 years ago, because they were 303 5 years ago. If they fall below 272, I would consider that like Indian populace rejected BJP.
I wouldn't say rejected. I won't use that harsh a word, but I would be, what's the right word? I would not like that,
Yeah,
because
I would
I
say
want a stable government in the
yes,
country, and 272 only BJP. That is a minimum requirement for a stable government
exactly.
in an ideal world.
Yes, and I think the stage at which our country is, uh, and I'm not a supporter like of Modi or for that matter anyone else. I don't know that in depth about Indian politics.
You're a
but
Biden supporter, aren't you?
no, not at all. But I think India needs stable government. India needs a single party majority government, so it can do big projects, it can do big decisions. Uh, because if it's a government that's dependent on allies, it will not be able to make those big decisions. And I think our country needs big decisions to make big progress.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here's my prediction.
Mm.
Before we even get on to any of this,
Mm.
my prediction is Modi BJP led BJP.
Mm.
A minimum of 272 is what I hope,
Mm.
or rather what I expect. Uh, a minimum of 300 purely for the BJP is what I would like, because 303 is where they were. I do not expect them to do 360 or 370. I think that was purely marketing strategy by Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah and the entire team, is to get the opposition completely starting to focus on 400 par, 400 par, 400 par, but them to at least maintain somewhat like last 5 years ago. That would be an ideal world, but minimum 272. So how do we go about it? Do we shall we see what's happening?
Yeah, let's see what
Are
the
the
news
channels?
channels are doing.
News channel, let's see what they are doing. I'm sure I almost
So-
never watch these election counting. I only watch it like 3 or 4 hours later when it's actually making some sense and those leads are consolidated, because everyone starts from on 5 minutes after the counting has started. I mean, you don't even know which booths they have opened and what that means. Someone is leading, someone is, so it needs to
But
stabilize.
also, I think it would be good to see some channel which is
Let's see some intelligent channel.
it's an intelligent channel. So
Okay.
let's see on a ratio. So how about we rate the channels? We give them a grade.
That is a good
Yeah.
idea. Let's
A,
rate the
B, C,
channel.
or D. Okay.
In letter grade or
Yeah.
out of 5?
Let's do letter grade.
Letter
At
grade,
times we
okay.
got letter grades.
Okay, so before we start that letter grade, I think A, B, C.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's only F, right?
Okay.
Okay. F means, of course, it's F'd up,
Yeah.
fail. But A, B, and C. A means I like it, I would want to watch
Yeah,
it.
I would want to watch it. Like I'm learning something from it.
Yeah.
I'm having intelligent people talk about intelligent, smart stuff.
C is useless.
C
I
is-
don't want to watch
yes.
it, but it is better than fail. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
watch it for
So
a few
C
minutes.
is entertainment. C is like, okay, I could be watching a movie, I could be watching a dance, I'm watching some jokers play some entertainment.
Right.
B is people who want to get to A, but they just don't make it.
Some people make sense. Some people are just talking silly things.
Yeah.
Right. It's a mix of some
Yeah.
sense and
Yeah.
buffoonery.
Yeah. So let's see if we can find a channel.
Why do I think I'm going to
Doing it.
rate most of them as C and some of them as F? I don't know. I'm looking for the A. So how do
F is something that can't even get to the entertainment level. F
Okay.
is like you will feel that entertaining.
Yeah, you're not even entertaining. Not even entertaining. Useless and not entertaining.
So F is useless and not entertaining.
You know what? I'll tell you
C
which
is-
channel I'm going to start with.
C is entertaining. B is can't decide if it's entertaining or if it's trying to be.
I'm going to
intelligent.
start
A
with a
is
channel which
intelligent.
I've got a bit of regard of, only because when I was a young kid in Delhi, we used to read Times of India at home.
Yeah, I read Times of India.
And Times of India has a channel, I think, which is called, I need to Google search, and it's called Times Now. Let's see, what is Times Now going to say? Do you think what your expected value from Times Now is it going to be?
Okay, do you want to do
maybe?
something? Do you want me to get a piece of paper so we can both write down the number and then we show it?
Yeah,
to
let's
others?
let's
Because
do.
otherwise, if I say C, then you are like inclined to say C. You know, let's have an independent. Like both of us give an independent answer.
Okay, that's fine.
Or do you have on your phone? Can you write a number like on a notepad or something, and then we can show the number?
Okay, let me say I will give you a very honest opinion. I won't change it just because you rate something
Okay.
C, and I will, if I'm thinking F,
Okay.
I'll do it F. So viewers, here's the thing: you have to appreciate that we are trying to be honest.
And we are drinking tea, so yeah.
Yeah. I've got a cup of coffee because I can't do tea. I come from England. I have too much tea out there, so I have to do a coffee because, and especially
And
some
you
of
bought,
these Mexican beans that he's provided.
and you bought the coffee at the duty free counter.
Right.
Hmm.
So where are we? Let's see.
Okay, so is this the Times Now channel?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, bear with us. Bear with us. We are doing this live stream for the first time
Hmm.
on this channel, so we might have a few challenges, but we'll get better. I can assure you, we only measure ourselves being better than the last
Yesterday.
time. The last time. So here we go. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't working. Shall we go to another of my childhood channels that I used to watch,
Okay.
which was one of the first satellite channels that we started watching in the early '90s, called ZTV. Let me try that.
Okay, yeah, ZTV.
Let me try what is ZTV saying about
Hmm.
the election results. And now, if we have that, you will see ZTV very soon on this. Can you see it? Do we have it on stage? I hope people can see it.
Yeah, yeah. Can we get some sound mix? What are they saying?
I don't know what they are saying. How does it matter? Does the sound matter?
और इस वक्त आप अगर गौर से स्क्रीन को देखेंगे 305 और इस वक्त रुझान में 293 बेहद करीब। अब आप इससे अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं किसका एग्जिट पोल
One moment, let me hear.
साबित
What is he
हुआ
trying to say?
2024 के चुनाव में।
दी न्यूज का एग्जिट पोल जिसने एनडीए को 305 से 315 सीटों का अनुमान लगाया था, वो सब
You know, there is one thing which I didn't realize and notice before we rate this channel. Did you see the numbers? What we were discussing about NDA 294
Well, see,
compared to 330 last time.
I don't think these numbers have any significance.
Hmm.
Like, literally, the counting has started 2 hours prior.
2 hours is a long time.
No, I don't think it's.
And they've got like for all the seats, they've got all the seats, 543 of these seats.
But that just means that for five, they might have opened 5 boxes from a booth.
You're right. You're right.
And they, like in any seat, there might be.
But even then, I'll tell you something. So we'll come to this after circling through all these channels and rating them. But I'll tell you something. I am now starting to get worried. NDA 293. Is the BJP on its own going to cross 272?
Yeah, BJP
and
on its own.
we'll analyze this.
Yes.
We'll analyze that. Let's see what we do. So you're rating this as C.
See, I've been looking at the channel for 2 minutes.
Right.
And I've heard the channel for around 15 seconds.
Right.
There's nothing new that I learned. Other than the fact that this guy was talking in a very excited voice, as if bull was running after
विधानसभा में बीजेपी बढ़त के करीब, वहां सरकार बनाने के सबसे करीब है। और इन सब के बीच जी न्यूज का एआई एग्जिट पोल, जो कि हमने अपने एआई
I am absolutely going to rate it a C. And the reason is not because it didn't add any value, but I did find it entertaining.
Yeah.
Why did I find it entertaining? There was this one line which completely makes or breaks it for me. And that is, it is an AI poll. Come on, we have to talk about artificial intelligence.
I wonder what AI is doing in this.
I don't know about artificial, but I couldn't see too much intelligence
but
in this.
If, very simply, if all they did was they showed me what percentage of votes have already been counted, that would have been great. It's telling me 294, 221. Is it with 3% of votes being counted, 10% of votes being counted?
That would have been an A for
30%,
me.
40%? That would make some sense.
I have almost never seen it right from the the 90s, the Pranay Roy
Yeah.
days,
Yeah.
who started all this on live television. I have never seen that percentage of votes being counted
No,
as.
in at least, I watched the American election very closely. And here, when we get the predictions, they also tell us what percentage of votes are still to come.
Right.
And they also tell us, are these votes coming from what kind of cities are these votes coming from, or what kind of areas are these votes going to be coming
I
from?
doubt, given again, we were talking about how many cities, towns, states we have in India. I doubt whether they can put that together. But I know one place. We'll go to it at the end after we rate these channels, where you have exact data.
Let's go open the Election Commission website.
Exactly. So
And let's see what it's showing.
Okay, let's see. Let me just take this off because Election Commission of India, ECI India. Okay, let's see what are they showing.
Come here. Say stop sharing. Come here. Start sharing.
There we go. We've got Election Commission of India. Let's see what their numbers are.
Okay, can you scroll down a little bit?
531. Wow. Now I have to say something. So Z News, there's only one channel we've seen so far, but I bet the 120 channels we will see in the course of the next half an hour, I bet everyone is showing trends for every one of the 543 seats.
Yeah, and then
But the Election Commission only has trends for 531. So where are they getting their trends from? If who's counting those votes?
So 12 seats they haven't even opened.
No, they must have opened, but they haven't declared officially that this is the seat. While saying that, I disclaimerize it that maybe sometimes they would have declared it at the local level, but maybe it's not put on the website. So what are these numbers? 227 out of 531. I think that is lower than the number they were showing.
No, but see, this is still beginning. I think I wouldn't be surprised if this number 221 does a plus minus 20%.
And that is still fine. But so plus minus 20%, the way I'm seeing this, and this is 2 hours in, not 15 minutes in.
Let's see, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 2.5 hours in.
2.5 hours in. So
yes. But even at plus minus
statistically, statistically, there'll be a plus 20%, there'll be a minus 20%. It should average out, not too far away.
Yeah.
So, what do I think about this? Congress can nearly double its seats. I think they were at about 50 or 55 last time. So they are. I think our next prime minister should be Mr. What is his name? Pappu, or whatever his name is. I don't know. Rahul Gandhi. Yeah, Rahul Gandhi. I think that guy. Samajwadi Party 34. That would be a huge upset in the UP because I bet all of these are from the UP. Trinamool, yes, same. DMK, same. That is. Shall we quickly see some of the major states?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's start with actually Bihar.
So actually, I'm going to rate our channel as A.
Our channel,
because anybody could have gone to Election Commission website
and actually seen the actual numbers
and talk logic.
Okay, and without do you know? Shall I start? We have this AI running in our computers, which are going to show you all the predictions. Okay. So JDU 13, and JDU is Lalu Prasad Yadav or whatever his son's name is.
But does the Election Commission website say what percentage of votes in Bihar has been counted yet?
I think they have. I think they will.
Party-wise vote share.
So they've got the vote share also by how big a margin they are winning, and if you go right down to the constituency level, for instance.
I'm impressed with this website.
Yeah. I mean, it might have delays because some of the news channels might be getting actual local information. Which then
I'm sure the local information goes to the Central Election Commission
is it?
Distribution Center. I'm sure the local guys are not distributing their own information.
So which one shall we see?
See, I don't want to go to the
Madhepura?
constituency level. I just want to know what percentage of votes in Bihar have been
No.
counted.
So we'll take one of the constituencies and use
Hmm.
that as an example.
Hmm.
What level of information are they showing? And
Hmm.
is that information, so it's showing that leading, trailing. So one person is leading, the JDU.
Hmm.
He's got 115,000 votes,
Hmm.
which is 24,000 versus the second guy, which is
Hmm.
the RJD guy. So this is a JDU versus RJD, 24,000,
Hmm.
which is, so think about it, 115 versus 91
Hmm.
is 24,000.
Hmm.
Is that a big number? Because if you total up just these two votes,
Hmm.
so that is about 200,000.
Yeah.
And 24,000 out of that
Is that 10%?
is 12% margin. So 6% here, 6% there.
Hmm.
That is it. So it's not a huge margin. So this, I would say, can change.
Yeah.
Can change
Yeah.
within and bear in mind. So this is a Lok Sabha constituency, which typically in India would have 5 or 6 assembly constituencies. And assembly constituencies, even if you assume, which I don't think is true, that people vote for the same party in assembly and Lok Sabha, but even if you assume that for a moment, 3 assemblies might be with one person, 2 with another person.
Yeah.
And we don't know, what we don't know here is those 24,000, that difference is from which constituency?
Yeah. 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 So it's not telling us what percentage of votes have been counted yet, right? Like, is it 200,000? So if we add up everyone, I think it's around 250,000 votes on the screen. But is it 25% of the vote count, or is it 75% of the vote count?
Here. So EVM votes, total votes, percentage of votes. So it's okay. So what this is showing is that out of the votes counted,
Mhm.
one has got 50%, the other is 40%, and then 10% between everyone else.
Yeah.
They have another data, which is not here. Maybe they should have a total number. We know the total is 226,000.
Mhm.
What we don't know in this table, at least,
Mhm.
is how many actual votes are there.
See, I don't think that even the election commission knows how many actual votes are
Election Commission absolutely
there.
knows.
Until they open the voting machine. Like,
No,
you don't.
so they know the actual votes. What they don't know is
I don't
valid votes.
I don't think they even know the actual votes.
Actual votes they would know.
How will they know that?
In fact, actual votes they were declaring.
Okay.
So 7 rounds of election we had.
Okay.
You're not on the screen.
Okay.
7 rounds of election. In those 7 rounds of election, after every round, I think first day they were giving an estimate.
Okay.
And then on day 3,
Okay.
they were giving an actual number of votes.
Okay.
So that number is already public as of like 2 days ago.
Okay.
The last round. Everything else was public even before, and this constituency, I don't know when it went to election. Everyone knows that number, and what I would have hoped for is they have that number here, right? But I'm sure it's like such a huge exercise with 70 crore people voting and across how many places? Think about it. I think there are like 30,000 people who work for the election commission
30,000 people
just to conduct this election. I mean, every time.
And are these people like hired permanently throughout the 5 years?
No. So my understanding is see, the person who conducts the election or who is the head of that area is the district magistrate, the DM, the IAS guy. But under them are who are the people? Most of them will be government employees, for who will be deputed on the day of the polling to be doing this, and on the day of the counting. So government school teachers, other government departments. So on that day, they will shut their office. They will go here. Not everyone, but like if a school has like 100 teachers, I don't know which government school has 100 teachers, but let's say they had 100 teachers, then 10-15 will go for counting and polling, and that's a huge number in itself.
But none of this counting is manual anymore. All of it is on the automated EVM machines.
I think so. You're right. I think it's right, but you still have to manually pick up the thing, connect it,
take out the USB drive,
put it in, because one of the things with the EVM, and I know there's been like such a big cry and about EVM is the beauty of these Indian EVMs is they are technologically so basic, And actually, I think it's intentional that you cannot hack them physically. Maybe, just maybe, there is a possibility that you can hack one EVM at a time after doing some, just like you pick up one ballot box and you steal it away. But unlike a lot of smart appliances, you cannot hack them sitting somewhere in Russia or America or wherever else, or Madhepura. You can't do that.
Yeah, they're not connected to that.
They're not connected. The other thing that they are not is they don't have like a normal USB connector. So you can't even put your USB drive and just connect it and do some hanky panky. They've got some other connectors which is apparently, now I don't know the detail about it, but it's slightly different.
Okay.
The way they connect it,
Okay.
but you do need to do it manually. Yeah. Shall we look at some?
No, show me some entertainment. I'm starved.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Entertainment. Let's go back to entertainment then. Yeah.
And guys, by the way, it's almost 10:30 for me, and I woke up at 6 a.m. So I don't have any batteries left. Mix has been up from 3:30 a.m. I don't know where his energy is coming from.
No, my energy is coming from the excitement of doing this live streaming. Hopefully, some people are watching, and as people watch and listen to us, we aren't election experts. As all these channels, they will claim to be election experts. Maybe some of them are, and that is what we are here to find out. Who are the A's, B's, and C's, and the F's?
Yes, but I think I'll say that the Election Commission website was an A. I think all they need to do is now hire someone who can give an audio commentary of the data on the Election Commission website, because I don't think I think people want to listen. They want to be passive. They don't want to be actively clicking on graphs and all that.
Okay, I'm going to randomly put one more channel. I don't know. I'm not commenting on how good or bad it might be, so don't hold me to it. But let us see. No.
Go back.
Okay, which channel are we putting now? It is a channel called.
और 11 बजे तक की जो तस्वीर रहती है, माना जाता है ट्रेंड उसी के हिसाब से आगे बढ़ेगा। अब अगर 11 बजे तक की स्थिति आपकी ये रहती है तो ऐसा क्या कमाल हो जाए प्रदेश में?
देखिए, आपने ये तो बताया नहीं कि क्या राउंड की काउंटिंग
I think is the
जो सूचना हम लोगों को यहाँ बैठ करके है वो
शायद the head of the BJP
काउंटिंग चल रही
right
है
now. Isn't this guy called JP Nahta?
अभी बहुत लंबी यात्रा है
Or is
काउंटिंग
he
की
someone else?
और बहुत चीजें इस यात्रा में बदल जाएंगी। मैं आपसे जो कह रहा हूँ वो दूसरी बात कह रहा हूँ। इन कांग्रेस के नेताओं से एक चीज कमिट करा लीजिए, क्या ये ईवीएम को मानते हैं कि नहीं मानते हैं? कम से कम अब तो इनको कहना चाहिए कि ईवीएम की
आज हमारे शो में पहली बार ईवीएम शब्द एक बीजेपी नेता।
Let's see. So, what do you think?
I think B. I think the newscaster was talking about the trend. She was also bringing in the dimension of time. So not only was she talking about trend, but she was also saying, look, it's at 11 o'clock, it's going to be 2.5 hours that we've been counting. And the trend line should be well established by then.
And that is exactly what we were discussing before we even put this channel up. It's like, okay, now overall trend line should probably not change in my opinion. Maybe it'll go up by 10 or go down by 10 for any party.
Okay, so Mix, do you want to take a bet if BJP by itself crosses 272 or not? Based on all the information that you're available right now, does BJP by itself cross 272?
I want to see a few more channels while I make up my mind.
But
Because
these channels are not giving you enough data to make up your mind.
Exactly.
The Election Commission is giving you
Exactly. Election Commissioner is giving me data, but it's what are these channels starting to cover?
Yeah.
I make up my mind. One input and a critical input is, for instance, I think she was interviewing the BJP guy.
Yeah.
And of course, the numbers as we see now, 292, it's going down. It's actually not even going up.
Mhm.
These numbers aren't great for BJP to do 272 on its own.
Yeah, I think my
It's unlikely, and that is the reason why she questioned him.
Mm.
And that's the reason why I'm also coming around to this conclusion. I think this could borderline have been A. We only saw it for like 10-15 seconds.
Yeah.
But she was doing an intelligent analysis
Yeah.
in saying that, okay, so we are looking at these numbers. So what do you say? You're probably not having a majority government all by yourself.
Yes. And I think that would be a bad day for our country.
Hmm.
I'm okay with Congress coming to power. I'm okay with someone else coming to power. But we need majority government. We need decisive decision making in the central government.
Okay, I have to say this. I'm not okay with Congress coming to power,
Hmm.
even with a full majority.
Hmm.
Because there is a guy who I personally, and
Hmm.
maybe some people disagree with me,
Hmm.
I don't respect, not because of that person as a person or whatever, is that person has zero experience.
Hmm.
I mean, you can't parachute someone
Hmm.
who at the age of, I think he's 55 years old,
Yeah.
or 50 or 55 years old, who's not done a single day
Hmm.
doing anything.
Hmm.
As in just being parachuted as, okay, now I'm head of Congress.
Hmm.
Or there is a head of Congress who's a titular head, but everyone listens to me because I am the son of the previous prime minister, who was the son of the previous prime minister, who was the daughter of the previous prime minister. That I don't think I respect enough.
Hmm.
And it's fine if people like that. See, you find third, fourth generation industrialists also,
Sure.
but have they worked in the company at least?
But hasn't Rahul Gandhi been
If Rahul
I
Gandhi,
know he's been in politics for 20 years.
he's
right?
been in politics, but he's been in politics only at the top.
Hmm.
Has he done a day's work as like in the BJP? So the other extreme, and you don't get this also in most parties, including in the BJP, is there's a guy who's got like about 50 years of experience, because the first day he started, he was probably gathering letters and doing that peon type of job in some BJP office. And then he rose through the ranks. So one of the experience that he has gained, which I think in the last 10 years he has absolutely used, is an experience of knowing what the person at the bottom wants, at the middle wants, and that is why he's been able to manage the organization also at the top. But that's just one thing. See, so I've got nothing personal against Rahul Gandhi or anyone, but what I don't want is a Congress majority, which I think is anyways fictional right now, but a Congress majority where Rahul Gandhi becomes a prime minister with zero experience.
Sure. So I don't know much about Rahul Gandhi to have a opinion on this, but it seems like at this time I'd be willing to bet you a sunset cruise at Golden Gate Bridge
Okay.
that BJP is not getting a majority on its own.
So you are putting, okay,
Yes.
I will just hold my bets. I
Okay.
want to see. So are we agreed, both of us, that this was a B?
Yeah,
I am veering towards, I want to give it an A, but
B plus.
okay, B plus, we'll
Yeah.
agree. I mean, I would have given it an A. Maybe we'd watched it, and maybe we'll come back.
Yes.
We'll come back to all the Bs at the end.
Yeah,
We'll come back to all the Bs.
And
Now,
we're still in search for an A.
do we have a pen and paper? We're putting the A's,
Sure,
B's, and
we'll do
C's.
that.
Yeah, get a pen and paper, and then we can make 3 columns, A, B, and C, and then keep putting the channels into wherever they want to lie. Right. Which is the next channel we get a feed to?
We haven't looked at NDTV. Do you want to check that out?
Yeah, I'll go through all of them. I mean, whichever I can. On YouTube, someone gives a recommendation, then I'm clicking. And maybe when we do 5-6 channels, then I'll have to think about names. Okay. I think I've got this channel which I don't know, it claims to be just like some other channels. Many channels claim to be the number one. Have you ever heard about this? That in investment banking, the world that some of us are related to as MBAs, is you can slice and dice the league tables, and every investment bank will be in the top 3 of the league table.
Sure.
So if you get if you get people to bid for any deal, the investment bank, whichever one you get to present to you, will be in the top 3 of the league table, and then you've got 20 presentations, and everyone is in the top 3 of some. Similarly, I think Indian media channels, everyone claims to be number one. How can everyone be number one?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to put a channel which very regularly claims to be number one.
Which one is that, Max?
I think that is Republic TV with Arnab Goswami.
Arnab Goswami. Wow.
Exactly. So we're going to see that, and let's see whether it
The
is.
guy just has too much energy, man.
Yeah. So the difference between having too much energy is it could be a. Okay, I'll tell you. This will either be an A or a C.
Okay, so who was on B mix till now?
Which was the last channel we
So
saw?
here it is. So I have a table here, A, B, and C. And I'm gonna start writing some channel names.
Yeah.
I think Aaj Tak was B, right?
Aaj Tak was B. Z News was C.
Hmm.
We'll give it one more shot.
Sure,
Because
sure.
it probably
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes
there
is
are different anchors, right? You might have a bad anchor at that moment. So
or a bad guest
yeah.
or a bad news to share. Let's see.
तो मुस्लिम
This is
15
Republic.
लाख देंगे और 100
I can't see
स्मार्ट
Arnab.
सिटी देंगे और
He's the
गांव
Hindi
गोद
anchor, I
लेंगे
think.
क्या किया
Yeah.
आपने कुछ नहीं किया सुधांशु जी आप अपने जबान में
तारिक
बता
साहब
दो
तारिक साहब
आप-
मेरे कैमरा में मैं आ रहा हूँ आपके पास give me 30 सेकंड लेकिन रत्नाकर जी
Wait.
देखिए एसपी इज एक्साइटेड मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ कांग्रेस इज एट 736 लेटेस्ट डिटेल इलेक्शन कमीशन का सुधांशु जी मैं प्राइवेट नहीं कर रहा इलेक्शन कमीशन सरकारी इलेक्शन कमीशन सुपरफास्ट है इस बार हाँ? इस बार आप नहीं जाएंगे ना इलेक्शन कमीशन
जाएंगे।
ठीक है
परेशान मत होइए।
नहीं ईवीएम बीवीएम सब ठीक है ना
जाएंगे
उधर ज्यादा होता है ना हमेशा ईवीएम का दिक्कत इस बार ठीक है ना ईवीएम सब
नहीं अब की भी ठीक नहीं
उदय मोरकर बोल रहे हैं सुधांशु हाँ, उदय मोरकर प्लीज ले जाइए ना ये रत्नाकर जी ले जाना नहीं देते
अगर ये ट्रेन कंटिन्यू रहते हैं दो मुद्दे इसमें उठ के आएंगे
कौन सा था
एक जो वॉशिंग मशीन वाला मुद्दा कांग्रेस ने उठाया था उसका एक इसमें प्रतिबिंब लगता है
विद द नेल वेयर
एक दूसरा जो गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज का
So what are you saying?
So
You said it wasted your time.
I heard nothing. I heard nothing of views in the last 2 minutes.
Mhm.
And I think, when we were at IIMs, one of the statistics professor told me that if you pick up a book
Hmm.
and you turn to a random page and you read that page,
Yeah.
that page will very well predict how the rest of the book is.
Okay.
So we picked out a random 2 minutes of Republic TV,
Hmm.
and I heard nothing of views.
So I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
I have no clue what they were talking about.
Yeah.
It didn't even seem to be. If they didn't have all these numbers around them, then I would have not been able to fathom whether they're talking about elections also or not. I heard something like washing machine. I heard something like something else.
And I heard something about, will you now agree that EVMs are good? I like trying to.
Okay, the moment you
generate-
say EVMs, then you know it's something about the election.
Sure.
But most of the things that they were talking about didn't seem to be about elections. And if we go with this random page
Yeah.
that we've picked, I would rate it as a C and not
it
an F.
wasn't even entertainment.
I
See,
thought it was an
see,
entertainment.
It wasn't. See, it has to be entertaining.
It was completely out of context.
Yeah, so that's just stupid.
Okay.
That's not entertainment.
Okay, I think we are exploring our definition. If it is
Sure.
like, I didn't even think, well, I found it entertaining, but for a complete non-election reason, was like, I could just go on and listen to this nonsense, which has nothing to do with election. And I'll tell you this: you take out all these numbers. One more thing I'm looking at, and this is going with. So, can you see the number that's happening? 290.
Yeah.
And can you see the guy on the right? He is the BJP spokesperson. He doesn't look very happy.
Hmm.
He is not looking happy.
The
And I can
BJP
tell you,
spokesperson is not happy, no?
yeah, I can tell you 2 days ago, I was listening when all the
Hmm.
exit polls were coming, and
Hmm.
some were actually going to 380 and
Hmm.
370 for the NDA.
Hmm.
He couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Hmm.
Of course.
Hmm.
And that is human
Hmm.
nature. There's nothing wrong or
Hmm.
right about that. Right? And right now, he's not, he's
Hmm.
just
Who is
looking.
this guy on the others 25 votes? Whose picture is that?
Is that a picture?
So we have Modi,
Hmm.
we have Rahul Gandhi, and who's this third guy on others? This guy.
I think it is AI generated. Remember, I mean, they are at least not claiming we've got AI results. But if you look closely,
Yeah. That
if you
doesn't
look closely,
like a real
it
human.
looks like an AI
Yeah.
generated person.
Yeah.
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 I mean, see,
Yeah, obviously others. They
for
don't
all
have-
our viewers, can you think about this? Think about this, that we are generally discussing the most entertaining. We are the A++ channel about elections because we're talking about whose picture is it. I mean, has anyone thought about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So let's go back to Ashtak and let's see if it still maintains his B. If you open the second page of the book.
Yeah. Let's go back to Ashtak. But I can see some of our viewers are coming, and the first question is about DI and LR. And I'll be honest that at this time we will go into DI and LR at some other point, but not at this point, because this we are trying to focus on elections and seeing in an entertaining way for ourselves and hopefully for all of you, is how much sense and entertainment we get from the election thing. And of course we've got our own personal preferences. Some of us, we've got our preferences for India having a stable majority government. But what we can't do sitting out here, how many miles is it from Delhi or Nagpur or Bombay?
10,000 miles.
More than 10,000 miles we are sitting out here. And I see a question from one of our viewers is, did you guys vote? Vix, did you vote?
No, I'm an American citizen
Yeah.
now, so it would be legal for me to
Right.
vote in
Right.
India.
Yeah, I have to say this. Since we're talking about elections, so I've been eligible for a UK citizenship for nearly a decade, maybe 7-8 years. I'm still holding my Indian passport, but the direct answer is no. I did not travel all the way back from London to India to vote, because and it's a practical reason. I don't know. Some people may or may not like it, but because I was coming here to California on a work trip, and the Delhi election was just recently, and I could not.
Okay, so makes you saying if you were not come to California,
I would
you
have
gone to Delhi.
I would have wanted to, and actually that is a reason I do want to look at, or maybe we'll do that later, because I'm very interested in what's happening in Delhi. I'm very interested in our BJP, like the last two elections, 2014 and 19, winning 7 out of 7, or as I suspect, maybe they might lose 1 or 2, because there's no upside after 7.
Okay, guys, so it's around 11 o'clock India time, and Vix is predicting that BJP does not get to 272 on its own.
Okay, I will go through a few more channels. Like I say, I'm taking inputs. Like Sudhanshu ji from BJP was totally quiet and not looking pleased.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm starting to pick up these clues. Otherwise, I'm not taking all my clues from the numbers as they stand
Can
right
you go
now.
to Election Commission and let's see what the Election Commission data is saying?
Let's do one or two more
Okay.
channels. And actually, Reuters is showing election results.
Is it live?
I don't know. It says live. I don't know. All these channels they keep saying live, but they are not live. So let us have a look. What is Reuters showing? We should vote for Reuters also. Why not? Okay, this is what Reuters is showing. Can you make any sense out of it?
Can we avoid it?
3 घंटे बाद जो रुझान है उस पर मैं आपको बता दूं कि एनडीए टेली पर खड़ा हुआ नजर आ रहा है 290 सीटों पर आगे, और इंडिया गठबंधन 230 सीटों पर आगे। हालांकि सुबह जब काउंटिंग
Which channel are they watching? So Reuters is showing people watching another channel.
Yeah.
So now here's the thing. We've got some viewers. They are watching us, watching some Reuters channel, which is showing people watching some other
I
channel.
think it's Aaj Tak.
Is it Ashtak?
उनमें
Might be
बहुत
Aaj Tak,
सारे
okay?
राज्यों के
Yeah, I can't see it. It's like
आप यूपी की उत्तर प्रदेश की बात कर रहे थे। मैं शुरुआत
or News 24. Did you see this? People are watching us, watching Reuters, and Reuters is showing people watching Ashtak or some other channel. Now, all I want is Ashtak to be showing people watching our channel.
Let's go to Election Commission, please.
Yeah.
I really want to see if I'm gonna have to take you on a cruise. So my bet is that BJP does not get to 272 on its own.
Mhm.
And if you can show me the first page of the Election Commission website, I can see.
But it won't have changed too much from what we saw
Let's see.
5 minutes ago.
No, at that time it was 227. Can you go back to the?
Yeah. I am. So this is where we left last time.
Yeah. Once again, go back. Once again, go back.
We are in Bihar. Okay,
Yes.
539 out of 543.
And how much is orange?
238.
So BJP, it used to be 227, and so I will put Election Commission at A, and it used to be at 227. Now it's at 238, right? Yeah, and it needs to get to 272. So I don't think it can get to 272 because plus minus 20% from now
Right.
is a good estimate. Even if it does a plus 20%,
Plus 20% is 272. Plus 10 so 238. Let's say 238. So
plus
248.
48, how much is that?
They need 44 more.
Yeah,
44 more is within 20% margin.
yeah, but that's like performing like
And
to do a plus
so
20%
a
from
plus
here
20% from here
is not going to be easy.
is still by the skin of their teeth. They will be
Yes,
at 272.
by
It's
the
like,
skin of the teeth,
yeah.
yes.
So
And I don't think you can
Okay.
swing. So this is 11 a.m.
Hmm.
So let me say election commission at 10:30 a.m. it was 227. At 11 a.m. it is at 238. It's trending in the positive direction. Between 10:30 and 11 a.m. it went up by 11 seats.
I have to say
5%.
one thing. So if you had asked me a week ago,
Yeah.
and I'm saying this is before the exit polls, do you know what my prediction was?
What? 320 for BJP?
320 for BJP.
Yeah.
And what was your prediction?
I was actually thinking it was going to do 350 or something.
Okay, so that's like some of the exit polls. But my
Yes.
prediction, very honestly, before the exit polls
Mm.
was 320. And I'm just seeing a lot of messages from friends and some of my family
Mm.
who I went and said, record kar lo 320 hoga.
Mm.
Now I'm getting all those messages back. Ki
Mm.
recorded hai bhai, recorded hai. I've got it recorded.
So what do you think? Why do you think India didn't vote for BJP this time?
We'll find out. We'll find out. That is what we are here to do. So we are at 539. What I just want to see is there state-wise, so who's getting the votes? I think Congress is doubling its thing, and
Yeah.
Samajwadi Party, and the biggest winner or loser is UP, in fact. And that is what a lot of people will say. I want to see UP right now. What's happening in UP? There.
Hmm.
UP, Samajwadi Party 33.
How much was it last time? Do you know?
UP was, I think, around 60 out of 80, roughly.
Yeah.
So right now, 60 going to under 40. So there
Yeah.
is a 20 plus seat loss,
In Uttar Pradesh.
and Samajwadi Party taking all of them.
Hmm.
Well, I let's not say taking all of them, but what we can say is most likely going to take, because see,
Yeah, mix. What it seems like to me
Hmm.
that if it was just the two of us making election commentary by looking at the Election Commission of India website,
yeah,
that might be better commentary than anybody else today.
I don't know about that.
Better
Whether
than
we'll
Reuters for sure.
Reuters, yes. At least we are not showing people watching a TV channel. Yeah, or
So better than Reuters. Better than Republic, because Republic was talking about
washing machine.
Better than Z News.
Mhm.
It wasn't talking about trend. It wasn't talking about how much time has passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, which one? Which is the next channel? Which will?
Let's go back to Aztec and let's see if Aztec still is.
No, but we've got so many other channels.
What about NDTV?
NDTV, let's see. Let's find out. Yeah, I think NDTV has got their YouTube and Google algorithm. They need to improve.
And Mix, where are you getting your energy from? It's like
Hmm?
it's been a 16-hour day for me, so I'm ready to go to bed.
16-hour date for you.
Yeah. I woke up at 6 and it's close to 11 now.
Right.
17-hour day.
I'm actually at about 20-hour already.
Yeah.
So we'll go with it. Let us see what is. See, this thing changing between Election Commission and a YouTube channel is what I'm not very good at.
If you open the URL in the same tab, then you don't have to switch. You can just copy paste the YouTube URL in the Election Commission tab.
That is a very interesting. I'll try that next time.
Okay, so which one are we doing this time?
Okay, NDTV, your favorite NDTV.
Okay.
Okay.
Was the
Okay, NDTV, the headline is
with the Samajwadi
Correct.
Party, where both parties back each other everywhere.
No, we
And
are
Congress deferring
if they
to
win both the
Samajwadi
seats.
Party more than
No, if they win both the seats, they have to credit Samajwadi Party for it. For the
Yes.
simple reason that all assembly segments, they don't have MLAs
coffee.
there.
Absolutely.
The men, machine,
No,
muscle,
the Samajwadi
everything
Party
is-
MLA, one has crossed over.
Yeah.
The other one voted against the. So the Samajwadi Party was left sans its own
this is
MLA.
good.
No,
They
but
were
it
taken
still
over
had
by
no
the
party.
MLAs may
still
have
had the
shifted.
people on
The
the
men
ground
and
which the
machinery
Congress
Oops.
Be
What did
Gargi,
I do?
let's just shift to the other important state in the south.
You know, there is one thing which I'm seeing here. Can you see the headline? Markets are down by 4%.
Yeah. Because this is what we're saying. The markets wanted single party majority.
Markets always want majority. I mean, whether they like Modi or whether they like Rahul Gandhi, they want stability. Like everyone,
Yes.
all the population. So I'm not understanding what went wrong as the one state that we saw, which is UP,
Mhm.
where the NDA has lost about 20 seats.
10% of the vote. That's what.
Yeah, 20
But
seats.
NDP
And
is doing good. They're trying to keep it logical.
so they were trying to analyze the state and that BJP has lost in UP. Which is what a lot of people were saying. Okay, so here NDA is 37 and India, because that is Congress and Samajwadi Party together, has actually taken from that. Odisha is, I don't know, got this market slides by 4%. We need to see what's happening to the markets
That's
also.
huge. A 4%.
4% is a big number. Although I must say that this is 4% from yesterday, which the markets hit the all-time high.
Oh, okay.
Because yesterday was everyone was expecting this is a 350 plus NDA coming, and today, okay, I can't bear. I have to take this off. I can't bear this lady. I mean, she just. I mean, if we see her, then she will definitely be talking nonsense. I can tell you. So
Can you please? I don't know. Who is she?
She is some Congress spokesperson who, the few times that I've seen her, just speaks nonsense. Okay, let us try one more. Which ones have we not seen? India TV. Oh yes. How could we not have?
What do you rank NDTV?
NDTV I would put as B plus.
B plus.
Yeah, I'm at B plus. NDTV. They were talking sense. They were not talking as directly as sense as
us.
Of course, yes.
I'm trying to be impartial. I'm not going to open a channel. I'm not going to do election analysis, but I'd like someone to just go to Election Commission of India website and just say what the trend line is.
That is the main problem with most of these channels. Is why are their numbers different? Firstly,
like I would like to see an X and Y graph, and on the X axis you have 10 at 10 a.m., at 11 a.m., and at 11:30 a.m. and at 12 o'clock. And was the BJP trend line? Like how many seats were they ahead at 10? How many seats are they ahead at 10:30? How many at 11? And same for the other parties.
So some people might say what you were ahead 2 hours ago is irrelevant. It's gone.
Yes.
Only where you are now and where you will end up is the only truism.
Yes.
So how would the trend help you?
No, the trend would help us see are the lines starting to stabilize. So like what we'd expect to see in the first 30 minutes is that the numbers should change widely. But as the hours go by, the numbers should not change anymore. The line should be straight.
Right.
They won't go up or down anymore. And then and when we start to see the lines getting straight, then we know that okay, this is the prediction.
Okay.
Our confidence level in the prediction goes higher.
Okay. Since INDIA alliance is actually doing much better than any of the exit polls, shall we see the INDIA channel India channel? India TV. No,
So
India TV is Rajat Sharma's channel.
Okay, but it's not affiliated with.
It's not affiliated with any political party. But if I were to hazard a guess, I think they are closer to BJP.
Okay.
Than to
let's
any
watch
other.
What they say.
का इंडी गठबंधन करेगा अच्छा प्रदर्शन। सपा और इंडिया गठबंधन यूपी में कम से कम 60 सीटें जीतेगी, रामगोपाल यादव का दावा। यूपी के डीजीपी प्रशांत कुमार की तो काउंटिंग सेंटर पर कानून तोड़ने वालों पर सख्त एक्शन होगा। यूपी में विजय जुलूस निकालने पर लगी रोक, डीजीपी प्रशांत कुमार ने दी जानकारी। आप सांसद संजय सिंह ने एग्जिट पोल की विश्वसनीयता पर उठाए सवाल, झारखंड तमिलनाडु का दिया उदाहरण। बिहार की
Okay, I don't think this was the election analysis channel. No. Maybe they've got more than one channel running out. This is news, which is also good. But we are not rating news channels for their news. We are just rating them for their election analysis. So we've seen Z News, we've seen Times Now. Shall we see? No, you wanted to see Aaj Tak again, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted to see Aaj Tak again.
Okay, let's see Aaj Tak again, because is that because we rated it as B or B plus?
I want to see, does it want to move towards the A or does it want to move towards C?
No, they want to move to an A.
Sure, but
they want to be A plus like us.
मतलब मध्य प्रदेश में कोई बदलाव नहीं हो रहा है। हाँ, मध्य प्रदेश में कहा जा रहा था कि 3 से 4 सीटें जो हैं जहां कांग्रेस टक्कर दे रही है वो सीटें भी नहीं है। दिग्विजय सिंह कांग्रेस के बड़े नेता वो पीछे चल रहे हैं। राजगढ़ से दिग्विजय सिंह के पीछे चलने की
Yeah.
खबर
So
आ
they are
रही है।
getting from
कोडरमल
a lot of
नागर
smaller
वहां से
parties
आगे
also.
चल रहे हैं। तो मध्य प्रदेश में एक बार फिर से बीजेपी ने अपना दबदबा बनाए रखा है और मध्य प्रदेश में एक सीट जो कांग्रेस के पास थी वो भी बीजेपी छीन रही है कांग्रेस को।
Okay. So I'll tell you something. So this is again at this point they're doing a roundup. Because you can't. Firstly, maybe the panelists are taking a break. They can't keep talking all the time like us, right? Before you go to sleep. Now the other thing is that there are viewers who go in and out. So I think they're doing something slightly intelligent, which is after a bit, just do a whole wrap up. Here's the thing about states rather than go on just anything. But I was thinking of rating this as a C on one side. Because of all these ads, there was a banyan ad coming on the left and below. Now there is a Vimal Ilachi ad that's coming on. I mean, that is entertainment value, right? So, I mean, are we thinking about election analysis or buying the next banyan? See, now we've got Amitabh Bachchan doing Mankind Pharma. Yeah, I know. I mean, this is big money, right? If they're putting all this effort and all that, but I don't know whether. So from a marketing background, is this the time that people are forming their purchase decisions when they're watching election analysis on maybe for buying the next Motorola Edge? Maybe they are buying the next banyan.
But I'm surprised from all that I knew about India, which is very little. I didn't expect BJP to do so comparatively worse than to do what it seems to be doing, and not
That's in worse than last time.
Not only worse than last time. I didn't expect BJP not to cross 272, or to be in a fight to cross 272.
Yeah. So now here's the other thing. It seems, and we can pull up the numbers. Right, we don't have 10 editors sitting behind us to pull up the numbers on screen right now. We have to do it ourselves. But 2014 Modi was lower than 2019, and 2014 they crossed 272, but just around, I think, 275 or 278 or something in that. So they just about crossed it on their own, which was also people were not expecting it.
I am tired, bro. I have to go to sleep. Right. And I am calling it a day for me at 11 in another 10 minutes.
Okay. But we are going to see the election commission.
So you're saying that in 2014, BJP just crossed 275. In 2019, they crossed
300 plus on their own. And in the first one, they crossed 300 with NDA. The second one, they crossed 300 on their own.
Yes.
And 330 with NDA.
Yes.
And this time, the call to action for, and I've got some thoughts about that.
Yes.
But the call to action by Modi was that we will do 400 as NDA and 370 for BJP. Now, sometimes, and here's my thought about it, I think it was a call to action as I'm naming it, not because they themselves expected that number, but you have to give a target.
Sure.
And I started my career before marketing was I did 1 year of sales. And the way salespeople work in India, and BJP, Karyakarta, any other party, these people are like salespeople. You have to motivate them. You have to get them out of their house. Jao aaj jaake itna bech kar aao, and that kind of a thing.
Yes.
You have to give them a target, and the target has to be more than what is easily achievable. So that's my little thing about. Have we seen India Today yet?
No,
we didn't.
Seen India Today.
We didn't. Okay, I think India Today does
Might
some good
good
analysis.
Rajdeep Sardesai, right?
Yeah, Rajdeep Sardesai. I don't know about. I think he's very biased, but yeah, I mean,
biased against.
It comes across as being very biased, pro Congress, pro Lutyens, or whatever, because he's been around. When you're around 30 and you're used to the perks and everything. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. I've got the channel. What are they saying? 296.
BJP at 2, Trinamool at 1, Congress and left at 4. That's interesting. Let's now go to Jalpaiguri further up north. BJP at 3, down 1. Trinamool at 1, up 1. Let's now look at Burdwan. In Burdwan, 8 seats. Trinamool at 7,
There's the
up
other guy,
2.
Rahul
BJP at
Kanwal.
1, down 2. So it's not
He's slightly more
going
balanced in
as
my
per
opinion.
BJP.
And as we speak, remember the India alliance inching towards 300. So do not still rule out the possibility of NDA going above 300. That is still very much a possibility, which will provide a comfort factor. But Rahul,
I think there are a couple of things happening. I think exit polls got Bengal completely wrong, and they got Uttar Pradesh completely wrong. I think these two states are accounting for almost 50 seats for BJP.
They've got the Hindi.
okay, go ahead.
So these two states are accounting for BJP, and I think they had underestimated the losses that NDA might suffer in Maharashtra. So these three, so UP,
Bengal and Maharashtra are the 3 states where the pollsters have got it back.
Okay, I think I'll go first on this.
Okay.
I'm rating this as an A.
Yeah, this was good.
They're coming very close to our standards.
Yes.
And the reason I rate it as an A, so here are the 2 or 3 things. Is
India Today, right?
Is it India Today? Yeah, India Today or Aaj I'm sure it's a similar thing. Aaj Tak is the Hindi version of India Today.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so why do I think they were doing a better job than most of the channels that we've seen so far? Is firstly, they've got 2 anchors. One is reasonably biased, and you could see it on his face. And the other one is doing more analysis, factual analysis. Second reason, they have this expert, or I don't know who that guy is, but he actually distilled it for me. If I had not watched anything so far, and I was like, okay, what's happening? I just saw 297 and 227. What's happening? They said, okay, that is a 50 seat. Everyone was saying NDA 350 in the exit poll. Just these 3 states, UP, Bengal, and Maharashtra maybe. Yeah, but I didn't hear that. That these 3 states are doing, everything else is all right. So UP, and we just saw in some other channel, I think they lost like 20 plus seats in the UP to Samajwadi. Bengal, they probably didn't do as well as the exit polls suggested. I don't know what Maharashtra is. Maharashtra. So Maharashtra Congress has done better than, Congress and whatever, because see, Maharashtra also, they had these 2 breakaway parties who were on both sides. Both NCP was on both sides of the alliances, and Shiv Sena was on both sides because both parties broke last year.
Yeah.
So that is our analysis, and I think India Today we are ending with an A+.
Yeah. So India Today and Election Commission, I think these 2 websites were really good.
Yeah.
And with that thought, it's 11 o'clock at
I
night.
have to do one more channel.
Okay.
Right. And then I have to give you my number. I want to see what is the BJP number out of that 296 or 297.
So BJP number, the last number we have from the Election Commission website was 238.
Yeah.
And we got that number 25 minutes ago.
Right. There is one channel. Yeah. We have to see. If we don't see this, because we are talking about how many seats were lost in UP. So we have to see this.
Marketing strategy. Grow your traffic.
तो कम से कम 272 तक लेके आवा तब अकेले दम पर, लेकिन अभी काम आती है गठबंधन दोनों तरफ से। ओनियों से गठबंधन हटा दो तो केहू कहीं नहीं के। बीजेपी सबसे बड़ा पार्टी निश्चित तौर पर बा, ऐसा बात नहीं कि दोनों के हिसाब से बात करनी पड़ी, लेकिन चूंकि बेंचमार्क इतना तगड़ा सेट कर दिल रहा लो भैया लो 400 के सपना दिखा के अभी 300 निके भाई, अभी बावे टाइम 11:30 होता, लेकिन ये बहुत बड़ उपलब्धि बा विपक्ष खाती। 227 पर रुझान में बाड़े बनल बाड़े पूरा मैच में, ऐसा नहीं के ई गेन कैली की 14 गेंदा में 52 रन चाहिए टाइप।
हाँ तो यहाँ पे एगो फिनिशर चाहिए, एगो बात सुनो, एगो फिनिशर चाहिए जे ई चुनाव रहला कि मोदी जी का हैट्रिक लागे वाले, मोदी जी का हैट्रिक लागा लौकत बाकी हो जाएंगे प्रधानमंत्री, लेकिन ये चुनाव रहला विपक्ष के अपनी इज्जत बचाव खाती, वजूद बचाव खाती। ए बारी फेंका के लेत लोग ना, ए बारी अगर कांग्रेस सपा बसपा सब फेंका के लेत लोग तो फिर उठलो मुश्किल रहे, कम से कम इन लोग को इतना ताकत मिल गई बा अगला चुनाव चाहे विधानसभा को भैया चाहे वार्ड को के चाहे नहीं को कम से कम सीना ठोक के जाके लोग बोले लोग कि भैया तो लोग के हम वो यूपी में हराए लोग मानेगा जहाँ में राम मंदिर वाला जहाँ में योगी और जहाँ का मोदियो जी हुआ वहां पे हरा देने जा हमारों में दम बा
ये बात भैया ये बात बीजेपी खातिर भी अच्छा बा कि ये लोग कम से कम ये तो सीखिए लोग ना कि भाई अब इतना निश्चिंत नहीं के रहे के
बिल्कुल
इतना निश्चिंत नहीं के रहे कि मोदी जी के नाम पर जीत जाइए
केहू चल जा केहू जा मोदी जी के नाम पे जीत के आ जा फिर काम मत करा आराम करा फिर
Right. So I think that was the most entertainment channel, but they also gave one very good insight, I think, that a lot of people in the BJP, and that's their analysis, in the BJP have probably lost because they're like, वोट तो हमें मिल जाएगा मोदी जी के नाम पर, तो फिर काम क्यों करें?
So let's check out what election commission is saying.
Yeah.
So at 10:30 it was 227, at 11 it was 238 for BJP, and now it's 11:30, and let's see what it says.
$543.
Take it on the orange part of the
237.
237. Okay. So see the numbers in the last. Oh my God! In the last 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm still saying 250. I'm saying 250.
So we are both agreeing it's not crossing 272.
It's not crossing 272.
Oh my God!
It's not crossing 272.
So here you go, guys.
I'm
announcing that BJP is not getting to majority on its own.
But I'm also saying that NDA will cross 272, and this will probably be the lowest, even lower than 2014.
Yeah.
For BJP and for the NDA.
And here you guys heard it, and learn from the pros. We just looked at some simple numbers. We looked at the numbers at 10:30, 227, at 11, 238. We saw a big change. At 11:30, it was 237. So what we saw was that between 11 and 11:30, the trend line did not change. So the numbers have started to firm up. So with that, I think I agree. BJP is not crossing 250.
Yeah.
So at 11:30, the joint prediction from Vix and Mix of the IMK Bhatt team is that BJP is not crossing 250 on its own.
Can you recap our channel rating, the few channels that we've seen?
Oh, sure. So,
and we've not seen all the channels. We would have loved to, but both Vix and I, it's quite late in San Francisco, and we need to go to bed. We'll probably wake up. We will have a look at the final results tomorrow. We might even do a channel analysis, but more importantly, we will do a recap video on our
prediction. So we'll say that at 11:30 India time, 11:30 in the morning India time, we predicted that BJP is not going to cross 250 on its own. NDA will cross 272. That was our prediction. We'll wake up tomorrow morning, and 8 hours from now, maybe we'll do a recap and see if our predictions were true or not.
Yeah, let's do that. And make sure that you drop in your comments what other things you want us to do in the recap. The one thing which we will not do in the recap, though, is what we normally do. We will not discuss how to get into IIMs, which you can see on our channel. And we've also got a clips channel now. What we will not do tomorrow is recap some career journeys of top performing IIM graduates, alumnus. What we will not do tomorrow is to discuss life in the IIMs. We will do that every week, and we will continue doing that. But tomorrow, we are going to see whether BJP will cross 250 as per our prediction, whether NDA will cross 280 is my number, 250 and 30 for the other parties.
Yeah.
And what I would hate to see is BJP doesn't even touch 250 and the NDA falls short of 272.
Oh my God. If NDA falls short of 272, we are in for...
No, can I just see one number out here before we sign off? Because now I'm looking at Odisha. And okay, so Odisha is definitely out. I was hoping in my thing, because if Odisha is... Odisha is 17 BJP and 3 BJD. BJD was not in the NDA,
Mm.
but it has had historically very close relations
Mm.
with the NDA, especially Naveen Patnaik, then his dad Biju Patnaik, and before that JB Patnaik. They've had close relations. They've been in the same circles. They've not been in the Congress circles, really, if you know what I mean. So no, but so yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. We'll do a recap video tomorrow. Why we got something wrong. But can we just have a recap right now of our A, Bs, and Cs?
Sure. So I think A was Election Commission website. I was very impressed with it.
Hmm.
And India Today also did very well. I think India Today and Election Commission are at A. B, we have Aaj Tak and NDTV. They did well. G News.
They were making sense.
They were making sense. Z News was just trying to be entertaining. And Republic was just trying to be like, just get your blood pressure high.
I think when we saw Republic, so here's my thing. Number one, I was expecting Republic to be a C+.
Okay.
And I think Arnab was not there when we logged on. Maybe had gone for a coffee break, a loo break. So we will also maybe do a recap on why we thought that Republic was not entertaining.
Yeah. But I think overall, I think what we have learned is that, and again, I'd like people to take this knowledge back that in life, it's about going back to the basics. So if you go back to the basics, we can, and it's about ignoring the noise. So it's about ignoring the noise of Republic, Z News, Aaj Tak, NDTV, and all that, and go to the primary source. So the primary source is Election Commission. We did something very simple. We just plotted what were the numbers at 10:30, at 11, and at 11:30, and just with those three plots, we're able to say if the trend is forming up or not. And from that, we're able to make a prediction.
Yeah, without 20 data analysts and 30 editors sitting behind us and giving fancy graphics, we just did simple, basic MBA analysis.
Yes, and I think this is my learning from being in the industry for 25 years almost now. That get rid of the noise, focus on the basics, and go to the primary source of information.
Exactly. Primary source being what you see on screen, Election Commission of India. Before we sign off, shall I just do a refresh? And we are still at 237.
Exactly.
So we're not changing. We're not changing. In fact, I'm thinking that 272 of the NDA is at risk, but we will find out tomorrow. So on that note, good night from us from San Francisco, and we'll see you tomorrow with a recap.
We'll see you tomorrow with the recap. Thank you, guys.